What's up, Luke Nation? In honor of Halloween Ends, the final Halloween movie. Okay. Uh, let's talk about the most confusing, convoluted horror timeline ever. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We're not talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The second most complicated, convoluted timeline in horror movie. Alright, the Halloween timeline. So, in order to understand this, we need a display board. The original movie that started it all, of course, 1978's John Carpenter's Halloween. In it, a young boy, Michael Myers, goes into his sister's room and murders her for no real reason. He's then taken away, put into an institution, and years later, breaks out. Well, it was like a bus crash, and goes out and starts killing again. And obviously, the lead is Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode's character, actress who plays Laurie Strode. And so the first movie is him trying to kill it. There's the Dr. Loomis, who's trying to stop him. Has been his psychiatrist, therapist, whatever, and is trying to stop him. Knows he can't be saved. Tries to warn the sheriff. The sheriff doesn't give a fuck. And mayhem. Then, he gets shot a couple times, falls off, and vanishes. And that's, the first movie. The second movie takes place right after that. And kind of starts in the hospital. Laurie Strode is in the hospital, and Michael Myers keeps trying to kill her. And then we find out that whenever she killed his older sister, there was a little sister there as well. Laurie Strode is that little sister. She and Michael Myers are brother and sister. And he's trying to kill her because she's his sister. And so he's hunting her down because of that. Obviously, she survives the second movie, and Michael Myers is stopped. Yay. Then we get to Halloween 4, because we skip Halloween 3. We'll come back to that. That's the second continuity. So then Halloween 4. Michael Myers comes back. Laurie Strode died off camera, but she had a daughter, played by Danielle Harris. The character's name, I believe, is Jamie. And Michael Myers is now trying to kill her. And he hunts her, and the ending of the movie, and he's of course stopped again, and then it seems like she goes crazy and kills her adopted parents, and what? Then, Halloween 5, it's him, Jamie, and Michael Myers again. And then Halloween 6, we find out that the reason Michael Myers can't die is because he's part of a druid curse, and he's basically possessed to kill his siblings. And a young Paul Rudd plays Tommy from the first movie, all grown up, and he's dealing with all this craziness. This first universe, I kind of enjoy. I like the first continuity. It's fun. It's kind of out there. It's kind of weird, but I enjoy it. It's probably my second favorite continuity of them all. Then you have the second continuity, which is Season of the Witch, which is just pure genius. It has nothing to do with Michael Myers. John Carpenter wanted Halloween to be an anthology series, and so this was their attempt at turning it into an anthology series. There's these masks, and if kids wear these masks, they get killed, and it's weird. There's robots. It's like an episode of Tales from the Crypt on acid. It's just weird, but it's fun. It has nothing to do with the rest of the Halloween movies, but it's very, very fun. So then we get the next continuity, which is John Carpenter's Halloween, Halloween 2, and then Halloween H2O, which is Jamie Lee Curtis's character is, 20 years older. She has a son. Remember, the first continuity, she has a daughter. Now she has a son. Michael Myers breaks free, and he's trying to kill her. Why he's so desperate to kill his sister in this universe doesn't really explain. It's not the curse like in the original universe. So he just wants to kill his sister. I don't really know my sister, so I don't know if that's a thing all siblings have. I imagine not, but Michael Myers is crazy. I don't know what to tell you. Then we have Halloween Resurrection, which a lot of people shit on, but I mean, it's kind of a fun movie. It's not, I mean, it's not the high mark of the series, but it's not bad. Um, so that's the third continuity, and it's fun. That I think that's my favorite. That's the one that when I rewatch, that's probably the one I rewatch the most because it sticks with Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, she's the reason you watch it just as much as Michael Myers, and it's very much her story, and she you know it's very much her story, and so it's fun. I really enjoy it. Then we have the fourth continuity, which is Rob Zombie's Halloween and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which tries to give us a much more grounded reasoning for why Michael Myers is insane. We see him grow up, we see him bullied, we see him turn into this guy. You know, like the original one, it's either a curse or it's never explained. This one, it's explained in deep. Like the first half of the first movie is really just explaining why he's crazy and why he's evil. Which some people like. My friend Ashley, she loves that. She loves the exploration and the deep dive. I kind of think it's scarier when you don't know. So I guess it's really just a preference. But I still think they're good movies. I still enjoy Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. Maybe I don't watch it as much as like John Carpenter's, but I still really enjoy it. And come on, it's John Carpenter. That's a tough hill to climb. So that's the fourth continuity, and then we have the fifth continuity, which is Halloween, and then Halloween. For some reason, they decided we're doing a new Halloween movie 40 years later. We're cutting out all continuity except for the original Halloween movie. And so the very second movie in this continuity is going to have the exact same title as the original movie because, yeah, that's stupid. I hate that. I like the movie. I hate the title. You cannot have a continuity called Halloween, Halloween, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. No. Stop it. But it's actually a pretty good movie. It deals with generational trauma and the effects that has on people. And that's really, I mean, I haven't seen Halloween Ends yet, which comes out this week, and I'm very much looking forward to. Which is actually why I'm doing these videos. But 2018 Halloween and Halloween Kills are both very much about generational trauma. The first one, Halloween 2018, is about Laurie Strode and her daughter's generational trauma. How Laurie Strode got this trauma and she passed it on to her daughter, and to a lesser extent her granddaughter. And Halloween Kills is very much about how other survivors, like we have a new version of Tommy. It's not played by Paul Rudd this time. And he has trauma that he's held on to for these past 40 years. And how he deals with it. And what he's going. Interesting to see how different people deal with the same trauma and how it affects their day-to-day life. Because you have to imagine that if you survive something like the original Halloween, you're going to be fucked up by it. You just are. There's no getting around that. And so seeing how that plays out 40 years later, even more than a slasher film, these are character studies. And it's interesting. It's really interesting to see how that unfolds and how that unplays. My personal favorite is the H2O timeline, followed very closely by Season of the Witch. But actually, I think Season of the Witch is favorite timeline, but we're not counting that. So H2O original, then this one, and then Rob Zombies. And that's not a diss against Rob Zombies, because I actually do love those movies. Just I love John Carpenter. Like his movie was so brilliant, and to exclude it from your timeline just it pains me. But you should check out all the Halloween movies. They're all fun in their own way. They're very different than other slasher films. You know, they don't have a Jason vibe or a Freddy vibe. The original one set the template that everything else followed, but none of the rest really went back to that well, because these movies really, all of the movies except for the two, maybe possibly three newest ones, are very much about family. It's Michael Myers and his family, and it's very much locked into that. And these new ones are about trauma, and it's very much locked into that. Whereas most slasher films are just about young kids getting murdered. And There's morality tales to tell in there, and there's different stories that they use to tell in there. And I'm not downgrading other slasher films because I actually like some of those other slasher films better than the Halloween series. But those are more fun and more fast and loose with what they're talking about. You go from Freddy movie to Freddy movie, and things shift, and the point of the movies are different. Halloween stays very true to the legacy of the first one. Whereas Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, has no real resemblance to Friday the 13th. All of the Halloween movies, except for Season of the Witch, even Rob Zombie's Halloween movies, all pay tribute to what John Carpenter did in that first movie. It's all about honoring that movie in different ways. And that's interesting for a horror franchise because I don't think any other franchise really did that. Paid that much tribute and that much respect to the original. That's just my take on it. But definitely check out all Halloween movies. Try to follow those different timelines. Let me know which one of those timelines is your favorite. But anyways, I'm Jonathan. Till next time, give us legends.